Hi everyone, and welcome to another edition of Chef Mooney. Today we're going to do a beautiful shoulder roast pork. This is a really inexpensive cut of meat in Australia. I don't know why, lamb is just crazy expensive. We're going to do this in our Keka's oven. Okay, now you can do this same recipe in your standard oven, or you can do it on the barbecue or the Weber, whichever you like. I'm using the Keka's oven because it's got this massive tray. I've got the oven on 250 degrees. Let's prepare the pork to go in while our oven is preheating, and then we're just going to start to cook the pork, and then we'll prepare our vegetables, and we're just going to whack it all in, have a beer and just relax. So let's get cooking on Chef Mooney. Okay, so we've got some nice shoulder pork here, and what we're going to do is we're going to season this with a little bit of salt and some olive oil. So first up, just get some olive oil on there. And just want to massage that into the meat so it's well coated. We're going to give this a sprinkling of salt, especially over the crackling there, or the fat. Just put that on there like so. Nice cracked black pepper. Just a bit of fresh oregano just on the outer sides of the meat there. Don't necessarily need it on the crackle. We want that to crisp up, so you can put it on if you like, doesn't matter. Just push it all in there, and just a gentle season, that's all you need. You can add any herbs you like. I'm only using oregano because I've got some left over. The Keka's oven's been heating up nicely. I'm just going to put a touch of olive oil on the bottom there, and there's probably enough oil on the meat anyway, but I just don't want it to stick. Just give it a bit of a spin around there. That goes straight on. Rest of your seasoning and oil and herbs just over the top, and then straight into the oven. Open that up, straight in. You might need to sort of, there we go, just goes in nicely. Beautiful, excellent. Okay, somebody said to me on Facebook, or I think it was Facebook, or it might even been my channel, Chef Mooney, that this oven looks a little bit like a spaceship. Thanks to Eva from kekasoven.com. I'll leave the link below if you want to find out a little bit more about it. I love using this oven. It's very versatile. It's sizzling away now, and I just want to show you something. We've got a bit of a vent here on the side. A little bit like a Weber concept. If you want to open that vent to let a little bit more heat out, or if you want to crank the heat up slightly a bit more, keep all those flavors in, just close it over. I'm leaving the skins on the potatoes because I like the skins on the potatoes. I'm not doing anything fancy here whatsoever. Just going to cut them up into sort of equal size pieces. I've got 3 potatoes here, and you know, I'm an Irishman. I love my potatoes. Cut them up like that. Skin on. The only thing I've done here is I've washed them. Alright, that's it. One side. Pumpkin, I've washed that as well. And we're going to cut those up in big pieces. Around about the same size as the potatoes. We'll put the potatoes in first, and then we'll toss the pumpkin in. There we go. That's my vegetables done. I might do some peas, we'll see how I feel. But just pumpkin, potatoes, a bit of roast pork, some nice gravy. We're going to make the gravy in the Keka's oven as well, and I'll show you that when we come to it. We're going to go with the potatoes first. Just toss them into the bowl. Little bit of olive oil over the top. Season them with a bit of salt and some black pepper. get this pumpkin out of the way, and what we might do is just get this roast pork out of our Keka's oven. Smells absolutely beautiful. There we go. Round there, look at that. Close your oven door so you don't let too much of your heat escape, and also it gives it time to build up back up to temperature again. That's coming along nicely, and now what we're going to do is we're going to just toss our potatoes around the pork. Toss them around there like so. Now you've already oiled these potatoes, so you're just going to do the whole rule of thumb. You need to baste them. Same as if you're going to baste them in a normal oven, you're going to do exactly the same in this oven. Okay. We now return it back into our oven. Now we want to bring this back up to 250 degrees. So because we've opened and closed the doors, bring it back up to 250, and then we can drop it down to about 180 and just let it cook slowly for about an hour or so. I just want to turn these potatoes around a little bit. I'm going to pop our pumpkin in. And the potatoes are just a little bit under. Trying to make sure that they don't stick. So okay, so that pork is coming along beautifully now, and I haven't changed the oven, to be honest with you. I've left it on 250. It's starting to crisp up a little bit, and we're going to get that back into the oven. Okay, so the pork has come out. I've taken the potatoes out, and I'm also going to just keep those warm on top of the oven there, and I'm going to take the pumpkin off as well. And then, because that's all nice and cooked now. Okay, so the pork has come out of the oven. We've got our crackling here, which is really lovely and crispy. Pop the pork on a plate just to let it rest. Put that lovely nice crackle. Don't lay it down flat because it goes all soggy. You want the air to get through there. And just sort of crisp up a little bit. Alright, so we're going to pop that to one side. We've got a gas burner on. We've got a Keka's oven tray. We're going to just mop with some kitchen towel most of that excess grease and oil. We don't want that, too much of that in our sauce, in our gravy, but we want to keep some of those flavours there. So just give it a mop around, and that way you can just sort of pick up anything that's slightly charred or burnt a little bit, and just keep those pieces in the middle. Now you've got to be quick with this. Alright. Touch it. I've got chicken stock. You can use beef stock. Just to sort of lift off all that fond and the beautiful goodness from the pork. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of tomato paste and just let that cook through. On a gentle heat. Nice and gentle. I'm going to add a couple of teaspoons, just 2, of my gravy granules, just the normal grey box granules. A little bit more stock. Just let that cook through. Just mopping up all that beautiful flavour. Don't have your gas too high, because the Keka's oven tray is quite thin, and it is an excellent conductor of heat, but we just Yeah, just put a bit more stock in there. We're going to let that reduce down now. So I've got about 2 cups of stock, and I want to let that reduce down and just to pick up all those flavours. So tomato paste, a little bit of chicken stock, you can use beef stock if you like, a little bit of just the Gravox gravy powder or any brand of gravy powder that you like. Just let that do its thing. Just let it reduce down till you get the nice consistency or the thickness that you like. Now I can tell you that this gravy smells absolutely amazing. And don't forget, we've done everything in the same oven. No extra pots, no washing up. I think that's about thick enough now. We're just going to turn off our gas now. And then just strain all of that beautiful, delicious gravy straight from your Keka's oven tray. And just give it a bit of a sieve through. Using a fairly coarse strainer here. That's our gravy done. Look at the consistency of that. Okay, the best way to cut pork is with an electric knife. You can use a nice sharp serrated knife. I'm just going to trim off a little bit of that fat. So don't want that. Then we can slice it down. I might try and slice a bit of the crispy end here as well. Let's just cut some of this crackle. Beautiful. Crisp. Excellent. Look at it fall apart. Look at that. Best part of the pork. A couple of slices of that beautiful pork. Some of our roasted vegetables. Delicious roast potatoes. Really lovely roast potatoes. A little bit of applesauce. Always good with pork. Cuts through the fat. Gives it that really nice flavour. And our beautiful, delicious gravy over the top. That is something I would be very proud to serve on Christmas Day, or any day in fact. Beautiful roast pork, roast pumpkin, roast potatoes, a little bit of applesauce, superbly cooked, and it's all done in a Keka's oven. It's like a one-stop shop for all your cooking. And if you don't have one of those ovens, you can still do the same thing in your normal oven and just follow the same procedure. So there you go. I hope you enjoy my roast pork dinner, and I hope you add it to your Christmas list this year. It's not too late. And of course, it's not going to be complete without that beautiful crackle just on the top there. So there you have it. That is my roast pork roast. Oh, and it is a meal fit for a king. And it was just so easy to do in this Keka's oven. We have a nice glass of Chardonnay there. Just a little bit of applesauce there if I want a bit more. And look at that. Rolls Royce. What a Rolls Royce meal. Simple, easy, quick, beautiful gravy. Hope you enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up. Support me and my channel, and join me on Facebook and Twitter, and have yourselves a great Christmas. If you want to do this one for Christmas Day, go ahead, let me know what it looks like, send me some photos, and until my next recipe, you have a wonderful week. Bloody delicious.